All right, Tim Kennedy here with Sheepdog Response. And so today is International Women's Day. Women have a superpower. Women have the power to recognize and see so much more than every man has ever been able to see in their entire life. I am a Special Forces sniper. I have traveled all over the world in non-permissive environments and conflict areas, and I promise that the woman that I'm talking to right now, like if you're sitting here watching this, you are better at it than me. Because your whole entire life, you've gotten used to walking out of every single building and taking a look in the parking lot. Get that feeling when somebody's looking at you kind of weird. When you're walking through the parking lot and you see this car and this dude's sitting there smoking a cigarette, or he's like hanging out on the corner and he looks over and makes weird eye contact with you, you have been experiencing this your whole entire life. I'm a 220-pound dude that has mostly done violence his whole entire life. Not one time in my entire life have I ever walked out of a store and worried about being assaulted. I don't want to live in fear, and I don't want you to live in fear. And I don't want you to think that being situationally aware in any way, shape, or form makes you more fearful in your life. It's a superpower. When I say it's a superpower, it makes you safer. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So all of the little things that you can do ahead of what could potentially be a crisis to prevent you from being in that assault or in that attack or in that crisis are so worth the finite milliseconds of time or thought to prevent it from ever happening. Like first, what is situational awareness? It's being aware of your surroundings. It is using sight, sound, smells, and touch, like all of the things, all of our senses to recognize potential threats. And then using that information to ensure that me and my family are safe. Simply put, I'm aware of what's happening around me. Here's 5 things that you can do every single day. First is get off of your phone when you are moving. So if you're in the vehicle, put that phone down. Like you can plug it in if you want, not just hands-free. What I'm saying is like you have to train yourself and be disciplined and intentional to lift your head up, just like when your dad started teaching you how to drive and he says, don't just look right in front of your vehicle. Don't look just 5 vehicles ahead of you. Look as far ahead as you possibly can. You see a dust storm up there, that might be a car accident. That might be smoke. That might be an indication that you need to get off right now. That same intentional approach needs to happen every single day, everywhere that you go, and that is taking your phone and putting it down. 2 is plan your day. Recognize moments in your day that are kind of choke points or funnels or a consolidated opportunity in an area that is less than ideal. So like if you have to go downtown to pick something up, you don't normally have to do that. You're not super familiar with the area. You know, like plan where you're gonna park. Like go and look and figure out where the parking garages are. And okay, this one is right next to like the police department. Maybe that's a great one to park in. Or it's like next to City Hall, or there's an open air one and you can just park on the street. Instead of like driving around and then potentially that opportunistic criminal is waiting in the wings for you not to know where to go or what to do. So take that out, plan. Third, the ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This idea of the more that I can do ahead of time, one of the soft truths, one of the special operations truths is that you cannot prepare for a crisis after a crisis has occurred. So when do you prepare for a crisis? Obviously beforehand. What does preparing look like? Training. Train, 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 train. Go to jiu-jitsu. What weapon are you carrying? What ammo are you carrying? What sights are on your weapon? Is it accessible? Is there a round in the chamber? Do you have a tourniquet on you? Do you have a flashlight on you? Do you have a fixed blade knife on you? Do you have an extra set of keys? Do you have pre-programmed phone numbers into your phone? Are you using Life 360? Do you have a panic mode on your phone that you can hold and it's gonna call somebody? All of these things are on the preparation side, and the planning and preparation are really key factors in who's going to be successful and who's going to be in a moment of crisis. In addition to training, planning, and preparing, putting your phone down, you need to optimize who you are as a person. Stress, especially physical stress, can shut people down. Fear can completely collapse the brain. Just you're like so ready to go, and then you get hit in the face and you're scared to death. You've never been hit before. You've never had somebody scream at you or start running after you or grab you. And that fear can paralyze you. The only way that you can respond to that is by preparing for that. How do you prepare for that? It is putting your body and your mind through very difficult and tough situations. It's one of the many reasons why I love jiu-jitsu. Do you want to be physically strong or mentally strong? I want you to be both. But you cannot be mentally strong unless you do physical hard things. These aren't mutually exclusive things, they're mutually complementary things. So the harder things that you do, if you do jiu-jitsu, you are a mentally strong person. If you go and you are boxing and you are jumping in a cold bath, though all of those things contribute to you having grit and be mentally strong. Fifth and last, why? The why of the thing. Why am I preparing? Why am I training? Why do I have situational awareness? Why is my head up? Why am I doing hard things to make me a better and stronger person with resilience and mental strength? Why? It's because not just that I want to live, it's that I want to live a life to the fullest. And a life in fear is not a life worth living. I want to live free, and being free from fear means that I have to do all of these other things. Little tiny things like that can go a really long ways. Here at Sheepdog Response, we have women-only classes. Our Protector class is designed to empower women, to give them the strength to hopefully never have to be in a dangerous situation that they have to fight out of. But if they are in that situation, they are the last person on the planet that anyone would ever want to mess with. Like, you want to bring out Mama Bear? Man, come to a Protector class and learn the skills necessary to be able to protect you and be able to protect your family. For International Women's Day, go and train, go and prepare, put your freaking phones down, know that in this ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, go do hard things, and then live free from fear.